Good afternoon. How you doing, Lice? You okay?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Thanks for everyone for coming here today. It's an absolute pleasure to be here this year at the IMS. I came for the first time last year and saw so many people supporting the cause for music, and it's just brilliant that so many people from all over the world have made the effort to be here in Ibiza this time round. To be honest, I really have truly no idea what I'm doing here, because normally I'm behind the turntable playing music to people that want to hear music. But I'm sure that you want to hear some sort of stories in some ways based on one of the reasons why I am here. And also for Loco Dice as well, one of the reasons why I'm here with Dice, I would imagine, was because of our affinity with Ibiza. And one of the reasons because of that was because I used to go to DC10 on a Monday. And I still remember it, I don't know how or why, but Dice was one of the DJs, out of all the DJs that I know and love that played there, was one of the DJs that stuck out for me based on where he is at today with his career. And his music and his sound and his vibe and his inspiration to the people that he created on that dance floor was one of the reasons why I went to DC10 to check him out doing what he's doing. And what he's doing today is still phenomenal, if not more so than anything that we can comprehend based on what he does to the dance floor. So I'm sure that you'll have still stories about me being at DC10, wearing blonde wigs and clown masks and all sorts of cut-off t-shirts and stuff.
First of all, thank you very much for these lovely words, Carl. I mean, we are not sitting here as well to say, make some honey all the time. You're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Carl said it before, we shouldn't talk about anything. We should just make music, and this is what we do, and we hopefully do it good. But yeah, DC10 was the key thing, and just today I was searching, when was that day? Because every time when people ask us or we do interviews, yeah, when was it? Yeah, it was somewhere 2000, I don't know what. So this morning I really went through all my pictures and I found it was 2002, Mr. Cox. And 10 years, what? Wow. 2002, and I remember he was there, and they told me before I was playing, they were like, "Oh, hey, Carl Cox is there," and I remember him in his red shirt, this typical Hawaiian shirt, Ibiza Hawaiian shirt, and smiling, sweating, different sunglasses, and having a good time. And I was a bit nervous, because I know from when I was a hip-hop DJ, of course, there are three names, beside Richie Houghton and Sven Feth, you hear Carl Cox, the magic man with the 4 turntables. Man, I was doing hip-hop and I have no clue how to use 4 turntables, to be honest with you, and that scares me a bit, you know, and seeing that man, I mean, you know that he looks a little bit dangerous at that point, a little bit scary. You're like, okay, now you got to do something, but I didn't think about it that much. After 2 beers, I was doing my thing, and in the middle of the set, I saw him next to me, hands up, dancing, and I was like, I think he liked it. And I have to say, really a big thank you to Cirillo, because Cirillo was the one who really introduced us, and Cirillo was the one, I think, who told you to come. And Cirillo was the one at that night, I supposed to play just the warm-up. As a new DJ, of course, you have to play the warm-up. But Cirillo was like, you have to play the closing set with me. So I was playing that hour. And since that day, I think it was the smile which captured me. And I think we start to joke around, talk around. And till now, it's still the same. And nothing changed. We still can talk. We always talk, actually, not about music, but about different things, to be honest. We have different point of views. In techniques, in gadgets, in gear, in sports. And yeah, here we are now.
Well, one of the great things about Dice is that we're able to not agree on a lot of things, but agree on most things, which is great. I like sparring with him now and again, just to push his buttons a little bit. He comes with the hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And
and he knows exactly how to do it, and he knows exactly that I get really a little bit intense in this kind of thing.
So
'Cause
what-
I don't care, Carl Cox or whatever.
So what intrigues me about Dice really is his hip hop roots, because not many people know that really he goes deep into the hip hop sound right from the beginning. And I was into hip hop also from the early 80s, late 70s, and my mixing technique and everything that I do comes from hip hop, and so does Dice as well. So I like to think that you can tell the people here a little bit about your hip hop roots and what kind of how you went from hip hop into house music based on where you're at now, because your technique is different style to a lot of DJs that play the type of music you play as well.
You think I mix offbeat, that's why it's so different.
He does mix offbeat. He drives me crazy. I'm dancing like this and he's like, choo, choo.
That was the first thing they told me.
How'd you get away with that? Because I play offbeat and it doesn't work.
It works, fantastic. That's why I stick to the turntables, Carl.
Oh, okay, down that route, are we?
No, I mean, I started very early 90s. I was that hip hop kid who used to listen to Ice-T, Public Enemy, and all that stuff. I used to buy those records and try to imitate them. By that day, for all the majors, they used to do the instrumentals on the B-side, so it was easy for us to read the lyrics and pretend I'm Ice-T. But difficult thing is my English. I mean, I'm a Tunisian kid growing up, born and raised in Germany. And back in the days, the English is not that big in Germany. Now, UK, 5th grade, 4th grade, you learn English. So I had to learn those English language and those skills and what is hip hop. So I started early to find myself in this hobby, which is now my job and my life, music. And I start to open my mind for many genres and many kind of music. And during that time when I was touring as a hip hop DJ, I never thought that I was also a house DJ somehow, because when I became a house DJ, I had already Robin S, Inner City, and all that kind of music that these guys call house music. For me, it was soul or R&B or whatever. So till that day, I think music is a circle. So you find yourself, when you start at 12, you go all that round and you find yourself at 12 again. And this is where I am now. I still catch myself playing old tracks that I collected when I was a hip hop kid. When in 97, I was still hip hop and I had already DJ Sneak, Armand Van Helden. I had all this kind of music. And I had no clue that they call it house music. For me, it was, they call it jack by that time. And it was for me hip house. Tyree Cooper. It's not house music, it's hip hop, sorry. And by that time, you learn a lot of things. Like I said, you dive into music, you dive into techniques, and my technique was always go on stage and perform. I never rehearsed. Of course, when I started to be a DJ, my best friends, that was my audience, and they had to suffer a lot, believe me, because even the beat was not tight. I was pretty sure it was tight, and I didn't give a fuck what they were thinking about. And till now, I think, even now, these days, when I use a hip-hop a cappella, I'm not that nerd who go to the studio and try to make it tight and cut it and this and that. I just drop it, and this is the same with the music, with the techno beats. I just drop the beats and I see, okay, it gotta work out like this. To me, it sounds good, and so far, I'm here, the people are dancing, I think it sounds good to them, so it's a cool offbeat, huh?
Yeah, no, it's cool, and it obviously works for you, and that's fantastic, really. Doesn't work for me at all. But that's what I love about him. You know, he will just drop it, and I think that's a testament to what a DJ should do. There should be no boundaries or barriers to what you do as a DJ, especially when you're entertaining people who really want you to do something special and unique. I mean, one of the reasons why I think we have such an affinity, because I also feel the same. Every time I play, I don't have an idea of what I'm going to play or how I'm going to play at any time. I've never done it. And you just have to vibe off the crowd, and you just have to feel the energy in the room, and you also know where you're going to take it and how long you're going to take that for. And I feel that in some ways, it's kind of lost a little bit with the DJs who are playing right now without the funk and soul or the element of how you kind of create this music and the scene of what we're doing. So, you know, Dice for me is one of these. I still see him as a young guy, a young DJ, you know, like a young upstart, you know, the one that's trying to grab hold of your coattails and, you know, pull your pants down. You know, so this guy here. For the right reasons, not for the wrong ones.
Nothing changed.
And this is great because I love the fact that, you know, the world has given us Loco Dice. You know, it would have been a little bit more boring if he wasn't around, and I'm really proud to be on stage with him today. So yeah, I'm not licking your balls, but you know, at the end of the day, you are the man, Dice. You're the man.
No, Carl, you're the man. It's always also incredible talking about me all the time now, talking about Mr. Cox. Like I said, it's so incredible after all these years having those guys guiding us. And yes, you're guiding us, and it's important for the new kids and important for the new DJs. Because when I say something, you got a lot of haters out there. They're like, yeah, Loco what? Loco who? What? Fuck off. Yeah? But if Carl Cox says something, man, it's like me, you know? You get scared. You're like, yeah, he's doing it for ages. And that's why when we have these amazing conversations, and this is what I like on Carl, he never say, okay, that's it, I'm Carl Cox, I come and play and that's it. No, there's always, every year there's a new story. Okay, I'm doing this now, I'm trying this now, now I'm pulling the computer away, now I have the USB stick, now I'm doing 3 turntables, now I'm going back to the CDJs. And this is a great thing, because this is music. We always have to try things out. It's a total rehearsal. And Victory loves preparation, and our preparation is going live on stage and finding the people who are this like us. And when I have a colleague like Carl Cox, I feel so safe. He took me on his first bus tour, and I was like, okay, am I a rock star now? No, you're not. First, you have to go through the bus tour school. And it was amazing for me to see Carl Cox spinning in every club, and every club is different, and every crowd is different, and every club got his history. And then we came to Boston. You remember where they arrested me at the end? And he told me, Dice, it's Boston. Don't forget, it's a little bit more progressive. Techno has not arrived yet. I forgot that when I was playing. Thanks God I had played only 1 hour or something.
It was right at the corner at the back with no lights.
And I found myself after completely depressed in a hip hop room where Carl had to fish me out because we had to leave to go to the next city. And it's great, you know, to have these guys around, because it's still, for me, I still have to learn. I'm still learning, and it's important for the kids out there. When you want to be a DJ, it's not being a DJ, being a star, making money, and fuck all those girls. No, it's a little bit more, yeah? And you are like a DJ.
No, what are you saying? Go back, what was that?
I don't know if you missed that part, Carl. It's a bit more. I see it as, you know, we're not teachers. We're not trying to teach anything, but we need a good input. We need a good atmosphere. We need a good karma. We need, everything has to be great. And when we feel great, we can go out and spread the love and spread the peace. And that's why all these people are coming to the club, to forget their sorrows and forget their worries and financial crisis and the bus tour, hopefully.
So, yeah, the bus tour. So, I mean, the thing is about you as well, what I love is, you know, sometimes you get booked to play 1 or 2 hours, which I know you're not happy about. So you can actually play a lot longer. And I think, what's the longest set that you've done in one time?
I think it was last year, 17 hours, 18 hours, Miami Space. Still not Danny Tenaglia, I'm Loco Dice. He's the king, the king.
Well, I've only managed to play probably about 9 hours maximum. And one of my biggest problems is that I actually do run out of energy and steam in the end, purely based on how energetic that I play. But the biggest thing that happens for me is my feet really start to kill me in the end, you know. So it's like,
told you.
These are the things. Here I am wearing these.
And he always comes with flip-flops. I'm like, you got to put the sneakers on, bro.
And I think that these are the things that help me. But what's amazing is that he's able to do that. You know, not many DJs are able to still have a floor, still have people dancing, still have people interested in what he's doing, which is a very unique thing to be able to do as a talent. It's incredible. There's not many DJs that can play for that. Sometimes I get messages from people that are still at your parties, he's still playing. I think, you must be crazy. You better be getting paid for this. Extra more money. He doesn't get any more money for that. So which I think is just awesome that you're able to do that. You know, and that's the love that you have for Loco Dice. You will just keep going until the party's done. And that's really it's a very good quality, I have to say, within that. But also what I do like is that sometimes I have an opportunity to play together with Dice. And this is a battle. This is a battle of which you don't win, I don't win. But who does win is the punters. Because they're the ones that really feel and get an energy, but he does piss me off sometimes. Because he does play a record and I think, what the fuck is that? Where did that come from? Like, I'm like this, and he's like, yeah. It stands in the front of the turntable and everything, don't let me see it. And that's cool too, I don't mind that. That's nice. Yeah.
It's my tune, you know. I don't know, if you see what it is, then you're gonna play it. You have a wider audience, you have your radio show, you have the internet. Then I play it next time somewhere else. Like, oh, yo, you're playing Carl's record, yeah. You know, this is... I mean, you know, you said, I'm coming from hip-hop, and hip-hop, when you are that small, you have to save everything you got. And till now, I'm doing it. Even when people come and ask me, what was this record? Yeah, 1 second. I don't see myself as that big DJ, so I still have the same. Somebody lost his wallet there, just to remind you. Okay.
Hey, that's not hip-hop.
That's why I was looking at it. So, you know, but Carl said it again, it's really a battle. It's a pain in the ass for our tour managers, because it's two different systems. And sometimes I think we did it as well with two mixing decks. Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. It's
But we need a certain time to do that always, because later on it doesn't work, because I'm drunk.
and that's true too. But it works though. I mean, I have the most fun. I mean, I had fun working with Danny Tenaglia at Twilo, and this was one of my best ever club experiences. But actually at Space, the last 3 years that Dice has been playing them, and we have to play back to back at the end, it really pushes me forward to really dig deep into the crate to find those records that really mean something on that night, which you cannot get anywhere else. And he pushes my buttons to do that, and vice versa. And it's just so funny because, you know, when I'm DJing on my own, I'm only battling myself. But when I'm DJing with someone like Dice, I could just see Dice in his face. He really wants to find out records that's going to piss me off. And play it, and the crowd are going absolutely crazy. They're like, hands in the air. And I'm thinking, shit, what am I going to play now? I've got 7 more minutes, I've got to choose something. I'm going, champagne, boom.
But the nice thing is he showed, and but it's the truth, and I think the people see it, and then it's not about, okay, what musically are you guys creating? We're not Mozart and Wagner. We just battle each other, actually, and this is a great thing, because it's like, okay, I have this classic, oh, that's so lame, watch out what I'm playing now, bam. And it works like this, and I have a nice story I remember, and this is like, the respect went up more and more that I have for you, is I invited him to play with me at Tribe House in Düsseldorf, Düsseldorf. And I'm hosting the little room, the little mini room, and Carl was playing in the main room. And I asked him, hey, why don't you come over upstairs, you know, when Carl finished, what time is it, like 6, 7 o'clock, and my room goes till like 3, 4, 5, 6 the next day. I'm like, why don't you come over and play? But I have just turntables.
Yeah, that was a shocker, I'll tell you. I got my USB stick.
And I have to say, he stole the show. And that pissed me off big time, because I was not prepared for this. I thought, okay, he's gonna come up, he's gonna play some records, da-da-da, some tools with me, la-la-la, and then he's gonna say after 1 hour, thank you very much, bro, it was nice, see you next time, bye-bye. No! He prepared himself, and he pulled out some records that my own people were like, what are you doing now? And this is great, and this is the fun and the love for music, is because you have to battle. You have to battle not only yourself. And a lot of people forget this sometimes. And that's why sometimes you go to a party and you just, you fall asleep, you know, because it's not innovating. It's not, I mean, you can still be a great DJ and great innovator with old music, but pack it fresh, mix it fresh. There are so many ways.
Well, the thing is for me now is I'm not sure if anyone else wants to ask us any questions based on where we're at.
We got no stories.
No, we got a lot of stories, but we can't tell them. It's not possible. So if anyone has anything to ask us or me or Dice, just ask and then ask away, because it's. I mean, we could talk about ourselves all day long, and I think that'd be fine and cool. But it'd be just nice if there's anybody in the audience who want to ask us about our careers, our lives. Things change obviously over many years. I mean, Dice doesn't play DC10 anymore for his reasons, and this is also something that I would like to speak to him about as well, because he started there. So, and I'm sure that some of you want to know a little bit about that too. But anyway, we can keep chatting on.
Hi. There's been a bit of a theme over the conference of the, shall we say, more experienced DJs slowing down and smelling the roses as such. Could we take your involvement in Sands as an indication of perhaps that happening in the future?
Oh yeah, next time we go there, I'm going to be serving all the food and drink. Don't you worry about that. I'm going to just kick back, man. Just go, I'm done. It's like 26 years. No, I think what's really nice about Sands is that I'm just another feather to the bow. I'm just something else that I like to give to people. I love food, I love the beach, I love the sun. The music is a backdrop to something of which I feel people should also enjoy. And I'm also involved in Sands based on that it's not just for a generation of people that want to get off the nut and have a really good time. You can bring your family along with you too and have some of the best food on the island at that place. And everyone that's been there just absolutely love it. And because you don't have to dress up for it, you can just rock up and enjoy the moment. Yesterday was a perfect example of our opening where I was able to play my music, exactly what I wanted to do at the time I did it, and also introduce another DJ called DJ Ants, who did a fantastic job, by the way, and took the whole thing through until 12 o'clock in the evening. So it's just something else that I like to do. I mean, yes, there's going to be one day I'm going to kick back and I will be smelling those roses and it'll be very nice, thank you very much. But meanwhile, I'm still trying to be a part of the island, still want to develop the island in such a way, still want to give an essence to what I do, and having Sands has given me another opportunity to do that outside of nightclub, which is obviously Space, because that's where I'm resident at. But very good question, thank you.
I didn't know you own that place now.
I don't actually own it, I part own it. I'm not that rich.
I'm there.
Free food for you, that's what it is, and you and your hip-hop mates.
Okay. Hi Carl, hi Loco. I just wanted to ask you, I saw Loco's interview at DJ Mag from Richie Houghton's article. What do you think, Carl, about what is going on with EDM at USA? This explosion, everybody says, that sometimes we don't know if it's good, if it's bad. That was about the Richie Houghton's article, so what's your opinion about Loco?
I think it's good. I mean, any explosion is good. Anything which can raise our music up is good. We always talk about underground. What is underground? When does underground start? When does it stop? I'm playing for 10, 20,000 people sometimes. You call this underground? You know, it's difficult to say. Underground is always when not the big marketing is behind it, but still us. We play in Ibiza. You see our faces on the billboards. You see the flyers when you come out the plane. So the marketing starts. Even when you check out the Air Berlin or Ryanair magazines, you find his face pulling out mix CDs. You know, it's very difficult. So an explosion is good. Getting bigger is good, but it has to be healthy. And that's why I think, again, we have people like Carl Cox, Richie Hort, and Sven Feth, and Jeff Mills, and on and on. People like that who keep that spirit, who keep it in a boundary, you know, in a circle, that it doesn't explode too much, that it becomes cheesy or becomes meaningless or none without any sense. And this is the good thing about it. So I think it's great. It has to grow, it can grow, it's growing healthy, and let the Americans have the explosion. We control it, we're from Europe, you know, we are doing the thing, and it's nothing like where you have I mean, with all the respect to the US DJs, and believe me, some of them are really pissed off about that situation because they didn't work on it harder. You have so many egos, you have so many people who just living in their own world. And if we share everyone a little bit, and like I said, here in Ibiza, you see all these Amnesias, all these Pashas, all this space, they have all these DJs together, and we work together beside that. We go after the summer and we do something, and this keeps us strong, so let it explode. Great time.
Yeah, I agree. Good one. My take on the American explosion goes right back to, I would say, when I first played in America in 1991, when I had a hit record called I Want You Forever on Perfecto Records. And I was actually asked to come over to play for a guy called Dave Dean in San Francisco, a party called Mad Hatter's Party. And I was playing primarily rave music at the time, so the rave music explosion in the UK, and then I was basically playing that music with Colin Favor actually at that time, a very old school DJ now in the UK. And it was supposed to be an explosion of the whole scene at that time. And then they had the LA riots and all this kind of thing, kind of kicked that whole thing to the curb. So the kind of sound went into the clubs. But America had a very hard time really trying to push through the system of people to understand that this music is for the now generation who want to enjoy themselves based on what the Europeans are enjoying. Why can't I have it in America? And I remember actually being in New Orleans after there was a massive crackdown on rave parties in America. And they actually cancelled my party on the day that we got there. So they found another alternative venue, and it was called Pure Country, which was about 15 minutes outside of New Orleans. Now, Pure Country means redneck country venue. Means no black people allowed, otherwise we'll shoot them. So therefore, they wanted me to DJ with the American Confederate flag behind me, and a black DJ played it in a line dancing country club. I said, no, I'm not getting out of the bus. It's not possible. I'm not going to be standing there and look like a bloody target. So this is ridiculous. So the American police state at the time was basically every single punter that was going to this party, they basically searched them as they were going into the party, put them over the bonnet of the cars and all this sort of stuff. It was really hard to see this happening to young kids who really wanted to come and have a really good time. So if the Americans have been into this repression for all of this time, it's got to a point now that they're actually having a good time, and American society now start to understand it. Actually, it's a really, really good thing. It's taken a lot to get to this point, and now they're basically riding the crest of a wave. And all we're really doing as European DJs is adding the essence to the reason why these parties exist. Of course, there's going to be a money-making side of it all based on the commerciality of it, because in the end of the day, that is America. I mean, we can't stop that. But as long as I can do what I do within the constraints of us creating our own events within the parties which the Americans create, and then my job is done. That's my reasons for being in America. So the answer to your question is easy. It's great that it's happening. It's fantastic that now America actually has something in America. That's it. Anyone else?
Are we going to see you down at Sands every week now?
Now that would be lovely and nice and easy, but I don't get paid. I have to pay to be there. So 3 times a year I play Sands. One was this time round. I will be having my birthday party at Sands and having some guest DJs play. And also every year I do a funk and soul and disco party there at the end of September. And that's the only 3 times you'll get to see me at Sands. But I think less is more, to be honest, me playing at that place. And also it gives other DJs an opportunity to play their music as well. But that's the nature of the restaurant and the bar club, what we do there. It'd be nice for me to turn it into something crazy, but I don't think that's the essence of what we do in there. I think more than anything, I want people to enjoy the food, and I want people to enjoy the atmosphere, the ambience of what it stands for. And thanks very much for that. Yep. Give a microphone down the centre. Quick.
Thanks. Jude Rhino. Loco Dice, are you going to be playing any, of course, you going to be playing any beaches this summer?
I hate the beaches.
So that's a no.
I'm joking. You know, it was exploding too much over the last years. You know, I think, like we were talking about energy. You put so much energy in the club, people coming all around. Pulling the same energy then on the beach, if you are talking for an after hour, I don't know, because that's my world. I don't know, things like this happen. Planning something on the beach, I didn't plan anything, so I don't know. And I don't know if our music or the music what I would play on the beach is existing. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. To be honest with you, the last 2 years, I just came in and out to Ibiza. I just had a lovely time spending with him when I play for Space, where I stay really a week. So I was not really looking around what was going on, because I lived that beach days so many years and I was tired. So let's see what's happening this year, but I didn't plan anything. Why, you got a good party? I knew that.
It's called Fat Stinky. I'll see you there.
Anyone else out there?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you to Carl and Loco Dice.